Yo, what's up? My name's RetroPat, and when someone brings up Dungeon Defenders to you, what's the first map that you think of? Some people may say Deeper Well. I personally always think of Magus Quarters as it was my personal favorite, but some people might answer with the Summit. Today, I'm going to be honored enough to jump into the Summit Nightmare Mixed Mode Survival, and this map just oozes Dungeon Defenders. It's what so much of the game is based around, the final main storyline challenge. So nostalgic to some of us, just spending hours on this map trying to finally beat it. It was so difficult to first defeat this map, even on easy difficulty, back when I was 13 years old and started playing this game for the very first time. There's so much going on. I definitely fell in this lava pit a few times, trying to actually fight the dragon as all of your towers are being blasted down by the dragon, as well as all the other monsters spawning in all at the same time. It's very, very difficult. It's very overwhelming, and it's very Dungeon Defender. So today, I'm going to try my best to defend my dungeon and take out one of the final survival maps to get the Transcendent Survivalist achievement. It's so close, I can almost taste it, or that's just turkey left over from Thanksgiving. I'm not totally sure, but surely it'll be the map today. We'll have to see. I'm going to go grab all the mana, start up the build, and see just how easy or hard this map is. I really don't know what it's going to look like. If someone told me 10 years ago that I would ever be defeating this map on Nightmare difficulty, I would have thought that I was using modded weapons or cheating in some way, because growing up, not only was this map difficult, it seemed impossible on Nightmare difficulty. On a higher difficulty like that, it genuinely seemed like you couldn't do it legitimately. That's how difficult things used to seem, and obviously, as you guys know, over time and tons of online efforts and guides and innovations, it is very much possible. It might even be, dare I say, somewhat trivial. I don't want to say this will be an absolute cakewalk, but I don't think it'll be that hard either. Definitely much easier than just completing Tinkerer's Lab, I feel like, on a normal campaign run, which I still need to do. I've been hearing from you guys in the comments that it is super worth to actually really try to get that done. So that is definitely next up on my priority list probably before I finish Transcendent Survivalist, but we'll have to see to totally make sure. I'm gonna go ahead and set up my Strength Drain plus Ensnare auras like this. This one's gonna be right at the edge here, which is gonna be a little close, but I think it should be fine. That's pretty much it for my monk, if I'm not mistaken. Arguably I want to have some in the middle here, but no, I think it's fine. I think both crystals being protected, I think that's actually plenty. I'm gonna switch over to my mage. Probably first things first, get some lightning towers built with whatever leftover mana I have. I'll go ahead and whip out some archers on the summoner. But I think this is gonna look pretty good. Maybe one. Maybe I do one here in the center, but it probably should be protected. I'm gonna be honest, by the stack, by the aura stack. So you know what? That's really a close call. I'm gonna put it right here, just barely within the stack. I think it's worth it to have it be protected. I might do another one over there as well, but I definitely want one down here. So before I forget, I can do it back here is totally fine, I think, for the most part. I want it to be in a way where I can set up multiples in a line for sure. We'll have some set up there. We'll have one set up over here, and we'll go ahead and swap over to our summoner. Actually, it's probably better if I switch over. How much mana do I need to build a booster beam? I feel like a booster beam would actually just be more effective here. I'm going to be super honest. Yeah, with the 70 mana left over versus just one archer minion, then having a random 30 left over, I feel like it's too wonky. So I'm going to start this here. Actually, we'll start it in a much better spot. Over to the side of it so I can build more on the side. Boom, bam. Do I want this to be... Do I need this to be max units, 6 long? I'm not sure. I kind of might do this for now. This might get... Nah. We'll have it be maximum 5. I kind of do want a lot of stuff here. Let's actually move this over a little bit. Sorry, this clip does not need to be this long to show you guys exactly how I'm building this. Let's just do 4 like this. The point is that lightning tower is being boosted as well as the aura stacks. I'm going to drop the... Well, I actually have no mana left over. So we're going to switch over to my barbarian. Jump into the first wave. Wave 5 out of 25. I'm going to have to stop any minions like kobolds are honestly kind of scary. This might be a weird... The first wave might be the hardest. I actually don't know if the lightning tower will be able to get off enough damage to totally protect the crystals. I kind of want to stay over here to help. Also, if the lightning tower gets spiderwebbed, that's really bad. I kind of just want to pressure down the... I have so much mana, actually. I want to pressure down the kobolds, mostly. because them getting through is a massive problem, which helping to stop that would be by upgrading. There's a ton of kobolds over here. Are you kidding me? I'm going to upgrade the aura stacks over here. Come over. Is this the spiders? There's kobolds over in this direction. I feel like the kobolds are actually dying super quickly to the lightning towers, thankfully. We're going to put upgrades on those aura stacks, though. Put upgrades on this because that'll help tremendously. Around 20 or so minions left. It's looking pretty taken care of, I will say. Let's pump mana into upgrades, but also save enough. Let's go jump down here, smack some guys around, get full mana really quick. Well, those guys had like very little HP, honestly. I want to honestly get some smacks in to get that genie mana, to have as much as possible heading into the build phase here. And with this sword swing, this will bring us to the end of the first wave of many ways to go, boys. This is probably going to be a nice, healthy 3 to 4 hour, probably 3 hour session of survival. All right, I have a ton of mana. Let's drop all of it. Hopefully not consume any more. Jump over to our mage. Sure, yep. And now we can go on a bit of a spending spree. Bit of a shopping spree and build as many lightning towers as I may need. I want to have them over here so they can line up along this booster beam. Is that one getting boosted? I don't think it is quite in range. So I'm going to build a ton of stuff, and I'll see you guys in a quick sec. All right, the first big fat stack of lightning towers has been accomplished. It's time to build a Series EV booster over here, and then kind of do the same over in this direction, but also build some deadly strikes, I think, over on that section. I honestly think that those 6 lightning towers will be plenty. If not, it's kind of overkill. So I'm actually going to go ahead and build a DST. I think one looking this way, and then I think one looking this way. I think that'll be the goal. I don't know if this one actually gets the exact angle I'm looking for. I wanted to kind of look at the wyverns coming in right here, as well as all the, obviously, monsters coming from those doors. So this should be quite good. I'm at 104 defense units. I'm kind of using my defense units a little aggressively. I should actually, like this area needs way more support, but we'll have tons of archers and stuff built up as well here in no time. I'm going to go ahead and build a lightning tower, I think there, and we'll build the booster beam in between. Let's actually see if I can, number one, fit our booster beam really quick right in there. Let's see how this, I think you can just build, yeah, they don't have to be like on top of it. Max length D unit 4 cost. Switch back over to the mage, and then go ahead and get some DSTs. I think DSTs are super crucial. You don't want to I undervalue them sometimes. Don't want to do that. Especially over in this direction. Like, if all the towers are going to be over here, it's even more important to have the DSTs there. I'm going to do another lightning there. We're at 130 out of 150. Using a lot of units here. We're going to have this one pointed in this direction, so it can hit some guys over there as well as anything over here. Kind of. We'll have to see on that. And then one more lightning strike tower probably right there. All right, I think that's going to be enough. We're at 145. We have 5 defense units left, which I don't really need for anything. Everything else is pretty much switching over to the summoner and get all of the archer minions possible. Just absolutely. I'm actually going to do this. I don't usually do this. Actually, I need to grab mana still, so I won't worry about it quite yet. But eventually, I want to just set up as many archer minions as possible to offer a wall. I'm actually going to move it back just a little bit to totally make sure that it is in a good range of the aura stack, because I don't want the minions to be able to stand outside of the aura stack and be able to smack down these guys. Alrighty, here is my basic build so far. Still have 5 defense units left and 24 or so minion units left. Here are the couple archers I have over here protecting that area. Same thing over here. I like having the archers over here just in case of like any wyverns or just random things getting through. I kind of like them on this little high ground, even though they kind of just slump through the little pillars, I guess. But sure, there are actually, I just kind of remembered, there are actually some wyverns that come from this direction. So once I get more mana, I probably will build archers here. I don't know if it's super worth it with all the lightning towers, but it might be, especially with the strength drain auras kind of being in a weird position for that. That might be the best use of my mana. We have a wall of archers over here with a spider, a wall of archers over here with a spider and a mage, and then a wall of archers over here with another spider. So I'm going to drop the little mana that I have left over, hop over to my barbarian just for this next wave. We're still not done the full build, so we will switch over back to our summoner after, only 2 waves or so to complete a full build, which just feels amazing with the genie mana. It's so much extra mana. So we'll get that prepared here in a quick sec. Obviously, getting like all mythical drops from all the chests and stuff may seem obvious to a lot of you, but I think it's really cool to see, like, only getting mythicals from like the first waves in a survival. Speaking of, I'm so curious and interested. Look at, okay, not only, wait a minute, not only do we have wyverns from this direction, we have goblin copters. That is much more dangerous. Much more dangerous. I'm definitely gonna need some archers here, if not even like a DST or like something looking in this direction. Hopefully these DSTs will take care of that enough. That is kind of scary though, I'm not gonna lie. But this will be an interesting map. So yeah, I'm curious to see what drops we see like later, much later into this map. Like if we'll possibly see Supremes, Transcendence, how many. I think we'll definitely see Transcendence. Hoping to see like a Supreme or an Ultimate. That would be, getting an Ultimate while doing this map would just be such a perfect fitting little end to this arc. And there's the wave complete, essentially wave 2, but technically wave 6. I'm gonna pump some mana into upgrades. I'm not gonna need all this mana for towers by any means. We're gonna switch over to our summoner. I have to figure out what I want to do with that 5 leftover defense units, and then I'm gonna go ahead and place some archer minions over here. That's for sure. Now that I know that that's gonna be a kind of a proper problem, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put a spider here. You know what? I think that's super worth it. Putting a spider there. We'll do some more archers. I guess one over here just in case. Really low on units there. That'll be the end of it, essentially. This guy's kind of in an awkward spot. Let's just move him. I guess we could do an extra archer. Or like a... I like a mage here. We'll do a mage here. Kind of weird, but sure. I like that better than just one more archer and having weird minion units. Or yeah, units left. So... Well, plus it just looks cleaner. I kind of like just having all units used just because it looks nicer, which is such a... You know, your builds are fine, you know, fine enough if you can worry about that or do that, right? So I like that a ton. What can I use those extra 5 units on is kind of what I'm wondering. What can I build on the hermit possibly? I could do the web walls, but I'm left with an awkward one. I could do 1 nature pylon, greatly increases range and distance. You know what? I'm going to build one of these over here, mostly for fun. I don't know if this is needed. I don't think it is, honestly. Especially like over here. I'm mostly building it here. Let me actually move it back a little bit. Oh, I just sold the aura on accident. That's a tilter. Why can't I select it? Hello, the nature pylon? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to go rebuild that ensnare aura. What a goofy movie mistake. There it is. All right, but with that, that is our max defense units reached. 150 out of 150 defense units and 150 out of 150 minion units. I'm going to basically just run around, pump upgrades wherever I can. And go ahead and jump into the next wave here pretty soon. I'm going to grab all the chests, make sure all of those are opened, grab whatever mana I can, and we're going to get out all of our heroes as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start spawning in some fellows. I want to bring my squire in to get extra XP on him. That is super important since I want him to be my first level 100 character. I'm going to bring in my series EV, and then I want to keep the summoner for flash heals and stuff later on. I kind of want to bring in my hermit for extra XP while we're at it, so I can keep. I really want my squire to be my first level 100. It's very, very important to me, I feel like. So we're gonna keep it situated like that on purpose. I probably could run around and grab these chests and open these chests in the middle of combat on the wave, and you know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't need to like penny pinch for mana. I basically want to upgrade or get all the chests open, mostly just for fun, completionist, as well as like mana to gather versus mana to actually use in the waves for upgrading towers. I should be fun on my builds, but there we go. All that taken care of. Now I'm just going to pump it wherever I can and go get some extra mana by defeating some mobs. I feel like this was literally one of the fastest survival waves I've played. I know it's only 217 minions, but I feel like they spawned and like walked and came into the map quicker than a lot of other ones. That was, maybe it's because the ensnare auras are so far from the doors and it's mostly just the lightning towers doing the like range damage. That was genuinely shocking and amazing. That was like really awesome to see, honestly. That got me hyped up. Hopefully this map can be quicker because of that. I'm gonna go ahead and just jump into this next wave since I know like it can be kind of fast. Let's just do that. Well, we did just go from 217 minions coming in to 650. What a jump within 2 waves. That's pretty crazy. Another wave complete, just pretty ridiculously quickly. Once again, I guess it's because of how quick the minions move. I don't know what's exactly causing it, but this might be a much faster venture than I expected. Only at wave 9, though. Still a long way to go. The first difficulty spike will be happening in 1 wave, so things may get a little different. get a little crazier. I'm gonna go ahead and spend the quick time to open all these chests. But man, if we can just crank through, if you take the time and do the good setup or whatever, and you can just crank through the waves like this, I kind of wonder if this would be up there for an amazing map to grind for XP. Like at 1.6 million XP so far. Obviously, I spent so much time on this map already, honestly, like probably a good 30 minutes or so at least, just doing the proper setup. But I could eventually learn that and do it much quicker. Obviously, we didn't need to like super take our time here. It was mostly just for the fun and safety of it all. But yeah, I'm going to open this chest, jump into the next wave. I do want to see how much mana I get here. I can't imagine it's that much. 20. Honestly, wow, that's 80 million. That is 80 million mana already per wave at wave 9. We're gonna have some fat. We're gonna see some big numbers, boys. And there's the end of wave 9. Here comes the difficulty spike pellets, which I should be more than prepared for. Getting some nice upgrades and mana wherever possible. But honestly, I don't even feel like I super need them to that extent. I'm gonna go grab these 2 chests up here before jumping into the next wave. I think it's only 4 chests. It is only 4 chests between each round, which is kind of honestly shocking in terms of the mana. Like, that probably makes this map really hard to do in the storyline. Just only having 4 chests to pop for mana between each is pretty tough, I feel like. I feel like it's not that crazy. Let's go grab these really quick. You not make that jump, just barely. You have to, like, jump over here. At 2.8 million mana, or, sorry, XP so far, which feels, once again, kind of crazy. Things have been pretty quick so far. I'm just going to jump into this wave. Actually, I should have... Okay, I grabbed a little bit of that mana. That's not bad. I should have grabbed more of that floor mana, upgraded the aura stacks there, but that's okay. It could have been worse. The only downside is like the lightning towers are killing things so quickly outside of their doors that I can't really get that much genie mana. I'm not really able to like swing at things very much. We'll grab this chest, pop that for the mythicals to get some mana banked. Look at that tower buff being 3-starred and just keep spreading the love. I kind of keep forgetting. I don't know why I think like this, but obviously in survival, there's no bosses. So I'm kind of forgetting that I'm not going to have to fight some big dragon to like finish. I don't think so. Honestly, I mean, I would love it. It would be beautiful design that for whatever reason, this is like the only survival map you actually do have to fight the boss for. I think that would be sick. I think that would be like really, really cool. I don't think it works like that. I got max mana there so quick from smashing around. I don't think it works like that, but I mean, I'd be down for that. That's a really, really cool custom little cool balance change. All right, there is the difficulty spike wave. Absolutely crushed. Actually, 0 problems. Just strolling through this way easier than I expected, to be totally honest, to the point where I'm just going to spam into this next wave ASAP. I just want to get through with speed. Look how beautiful that little mage's staff is, though. Poof, there it goes. Talk about cool weapon designs. I love the colors on this one specifically. Obviously, we've all seen these dragon head, like cannon type weapons before, but those colors on that one were specifically really stood out to me. That was a really cool, nice orange. I'm just spamming upgrades. I think there are some aura stacks over here that aren't 1-starred, so yeah, we'll get those taken care of. Honestly, just cranking through a few rounds at this point off camera, just not really much going on. I'm really just pumping damage and dumping upgrades wherever I possibly can. The classic pump and dump strategy that I employ. I'm going to go ahead and put mana into those, go grab this chest, and yeah, just continue on. We're at max defense units. We're at wave 13 out of 25. 7 million XP gained on the Barbarian is pretty cool to see this early in. I mean, that's something that's kind of interesting. Around 5.7 million on each other character. So the Barb is actually gaining more XP, which is really cool to see. I'm going to go grab these 2 chests. We'll grab both before jumping into the next wave. I just feel like this is going, honestly, super quickly. Let's grab this and then jump into the next wave and see what this looks like. How much mana? Bottom right-hand corner. 65 million times 4, because it's per character. So that is over 240 million mana per wave, only at wave 13. Wave 15 is going to go bonkers. I always forget about the wave 15 survival pet. I think I did just miss it, but went ahead and made it to wave 15, and I am stuck. Huh. That's actually really funny. I think I was wait, what are the odds? I think I was standing here, and then the Defender's Forge spawned, and I think that made me stuck. So if can I switch? Are you what are the odds of that happening? That's actually, okay, let me try to drop my mana, switch over to my summoner, and then phase out. Can that help me get out of this situation? That's really funny. How is that possible? No, I'm still stuck. Are you kidding me? Am I gonna have to sell my towers? What are the odds? Okay. Okay. I guess we jumped enough and the game realized I was stuck and they had to let me go. I think that's kind of what happened there, unironically. All right, awesome. We made it out, boys, out of Defender's Forge jail. Let's go grab these chests. We're going to be jumping into wave 15. Another difficulty spike here in a quick sec. About to hit 10 million XP this wave, which is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the next one. Let's see the mana in the bottom right-hand corner. Multiply it by 4. That's how much mana we gained from playing this. 67 million times 4. That is quite a lot of mana. We're going to upgrade on the spider over here. And just honestly, mostly what I've been doing is just appreciating the map. Just observing the beauty that is the summit. It's been a pretty chill map to play through so far. So if I can take the time to sort of relax, not drop down like that, but just really see the visuals and just appreciate this map, because it's one of the last times I'll play it for quite a while, most likely. It's good to go ahead and take your time. Smell the roses as you defend your dungeons as well, fellas. All these bright, insane lights, though, make it a little difficult sometimes. All right, and only 4 or so minions left. Actually, that number went down to 1 super quickly. There's wave 15 defeated, fellas. Pretty decent milestone. Up to over 11 million XP gain, jumping into wave 16, which I'll do here in a quick sec. I'm going to go open these chests really quick, and the fact that I'm able to beat that wave like that pretty much tells me that the upcoming waves are also going to be pretty easy to take down / pretty consistent. So I do want to go check this. There is an accessory over here. I want to go check it and see what quality it is. This little pin, essentially, hairpin. Yeah, that's going to be the cursed piece, the super low quality one. So not going to worry about it. I don't know how I reacted to that. Wow, I mean, I'm surprised it took me that long to get close enough to that to even almost, yeah, that's just, don't even, hey, don't mention it, fellas. I'll see you guys at wave 20, most likely. Well, I was just gonna go straight to wave 20, honestly, but we do see our first piece of Transcendent at wave 18, which is kind of funny, because I feel like maybe it was on a Dread Dungeon or a different map, to be like a higher level. I guess Dread Dungeon is probably a higher level map than the Summit. Kind of strange to think about, but that's probably true. I think I saw Transcendence on that map at like wave 16 or 17, a bit sooner, so kind of funny to see it at this point, but I guess it makes sense, to be totally honest. I'm going to jump into wave 18 here, just hard chilling, to be totally honest, doing some timestamps and thumbnails for other YouTube videos while I kind of just AFK in between these waves. We are reaping the rewards of our high-level tower defense stats on our characters. All right, I am back, which means I'm at wave 20, but also getting a few pieces of Transcendent drops. I'm actually going to grab the other chest as well. I haven't checked everything so far. This pylon seems to take a lot of damage. I don't know if it has some sort of draining effect or there's some reason why it takes so much damage, but it does seem to take a fair bit of damage for whatever reason. Let's see if we get any more pieces of Transcendent while I run around, pick up some mana, and make our way to all the chests. Speaking of like mana / experience, 18 million experience. That is like the coolest thing to me that I'm noticing is like the experience, the XP gain. You can always see in the bottom right hand corner. It's the same as your score. That's what's been super crazy. These gloves are not worth picking up, so we're gonna jump into it. This is wave 20, fellas. This is wave 20. Probably I think it's the highest difficulty spike we'll see. I want to see the HP on some of these minions. It seems like a ton on even like the kobolds and stuff, which is really scary. Usually the kobolds have like the lowest amount of HP because they're so explosive, right? So they don't really need a lot of HP. If they had too much HP, they'd probably be too strong. I'm gonna put an upgrade there on the spider, I guess. And over here, the idea, that's one of those minions that like the idea of fighting that thing on like ruthless difficulty, like a ruthless kobold is honestly scarier to me than a ruthless ogre. I feel like, I don't know, it's just one of those mobs. I don't know if that's founded, like if that's a logical or illogical fear. I'm not totally sure, but I haven't really played enough obviously on Ruthless, so maybe we'll get back to that at some point. But this is going to be, I only have 2 maps left, guys, to beat on Survival. This map, the Summit, the iconic dragon slaying map, as well as City in the Cliffs. And City on the Cliffs, I still have to beat on Nightmare difficulty to the normal storyline, so that'll be interesting. We did get a piece of Transcendent from mobs being dropped off in the distance. Not going to worry about it quite yet. I have not been on top of upgrading. I've been kind of demotivated today, guys. I'm going to be honest, but it's not really due to Dungeon Defenders, honestly. I don't know. I'm just not feeling great today, I feel like, in life. Nothing super wrong, so don't worry, but just kind of demotivated today. not very ambitious as I always am, unfortunately, which is, I don't know, I'm 26, boys, so I'm getting older. That's what it is, definitely. Copium. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep upgrading. I'm not on top of my upgrades today. A little behind on it, but that's okay. We're getting the job done. That's all that matters. And that's what's really important. You know, even on days where you're not feeling super ambitious, not feeling super energetic, that's a better way to say it, honestly. Just getting it done. Just getting it done. So today I kind of am just getting this map done. And it's not Dungeon Defender's fault. It's not, you know, sometimes I would critique the game, or, you know, sometimes just feeling the game as a job or taking something off can be the game's fault, or not fault, but can be a problem of the game, plus the way you're approaching it, possibly. But today, it definitely just feels like a temporary thing. So I think I still feel pretty good about Dungeon Defenders, honestly. I'm excited, yet nervous, yet scared to complete the task that I have set out before me. It's a little scary not having an anchor, not having something super consistent moving forward. It's very possible I still do Dungeon Defender videos weekly, or I don't know, something, whenever I feel like it, essentially. And I'm sure that I'll bring back a consistent Dungeon Defender series at some point in the future. But once I get level 100, I think I need a break. I think that's and you guys know this. Once I get level 100 on my Squire and complete all the maps on Survival, Nightmare, I think I just want a well-earned break for playing. I've played Dungeon Defenders pretty consistently for about a year now, and it's been amazing. It's been a blast, and I've gotten things done that I never thought I would. But I want to do other projects, play other games, and experience a few other things. All right, and here is Wave 20 done. And if I can beat Wave 20 like that, you guys know what that means. I will probably see you at Wave 23, 24, 25. I think those waves, honestly, are some of the most difficult waves. Like, in the survival, obviously, the last couple waves, it makes a lot of sense. But, like, trying to start from scratch on Wave 23 or so is so hard. I've done it before on, like, Deeper Well and stuff. And usually I have to, like, start back a little bit further. I do have this, you guys might have seen this. I'm not sure if this is a me problem or what it is, but I have this glitch. As you can see, it says my turtle stance is active, but my turtle stance isn't active. I have this like visual glitch on my barbarian. This happens a ton. I don't know what's causing it. My mana's not draining. I'm not getting the effect. Maybe if I just turn the stance on and turn it back off, it would fix it, but I can't even do that right now because we're not in a combat wave. Very, very weird little visual glitch. But honestly, I guess having a turtle on screen isn't the worst visual glitch in the world. I'm going to collect this last chest. See how much mana I get heading into this next wave. Keep an eye on that top bottom right-hand corner. I'm also at 19.4 million XP. 92 times 4, so around 400 million. Around, a bit under. Honestly, a fair bit under, but around 500 million of mana coming in per combat wave at the moment. Deep into endgame, well, quote-unquote, mid-game survival, let's call it. I will see you guys near the end of it, near the conquering of this challenge. Rotro, the crystal, did take a bit of damage here. I don't know if that was from the ogre. I think it must have been. That was able to sneak in. Okay, I might need to be a little more on my toes. I'm being a little too lax today, fellas. A little too lax. I'm gonna go smack some stuff around, get some mana. This is what happens when you're too greedy. Okay, I gotta buckle in a little bit. I'm gonna put an upgrade on this DST. Smack this spider around, put a little more damage output, get some more mana. I'm gonna upgrade this area because this is the only area I've seen look a little weak like that. Honestly, these spiders, making sure they get webs on the ogres is gonna be crucial. Things just got a lot more dangerous, a lot more serious. I honestly, seeing that crystal take a little bit of damage really made me lock in 1,000 times more. So maybe it was a good thing. Sometimes you need that little bit of fear, that little bit of inspiration, I guess. I can't lose this. At this point, it's just we're way too far in. I'd be way too bummed. Why would someone with that name? Unlucky. I'm not taking that out of the video because it's too funny. What I will say is that I have people on Steam that I played Dota with once 12 years ago, and sometimes they message you. Or even a close friend of yours has an unhinged name. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and just continue on. Ignore that. There are 3 pieces of Transcendence on the ground, which is kind of interesting. I'm going to go around and check those whenever I have a quick set. Go open all these chests. Make sure I get all the mana and XP possible. Speaking of Transcendence, there we go. A new one dropped onto the ground. Doom's Grasp. Very cool name. Another piece of Transcendent. We're now 1 for 2 or 2 for 2? 2 for 2 on opening the chest. 100% accuracy of getting at least 1 Transcendent from opening the chest right now. Here's chest number 3. We ruined the streak. I am taking a lot more of my time right now, kind of making sure everything is upgraded because, I mean, that ogre, once again, kind of just made me lock in a little bit, kind of struck a bit of fear into me. Look at this piece of gear over here being highlighted as an upgrade. I don't think it actually is, but definitely worth checking really quick. I think everything here, all the lightning towers, the series buff beam, those are all now max upgraded, so it's all up to the archers from this point. I think that's going to be it. I think it's going to be good enough, honestly. I have most things upgraded to a decent extent. I'm going to jump into this next wave, hoping we don't see trickles of damage like that. Like, obviously, it's very, very little damage, but the crystal did get tickled, and I don't like that. I don't want to see that at all. So we'll see you guys at hopefully wave 25 safely with no more crystal damage. Alrighty, here we are right before the final wave. I'm going to go check all the chests really quick before jumping into this. Oh, dude, this kind of stuff. It's so edgy, but it's so cool. How can I even be mad about it? 7 pieces of Transcendence so far on. Look at this. Once again, this thing taking, I don't know why this nature pylon takes so much damage. I don't know what it's from, but anyways, 7 pieces of Transcendent, 2 more chests to open. I'm going to jump down here to grab all this mana because there's so much down here. Look, plus all these, like, look at this. Come on. All these cool pieces of Transcendent. Nothing really worth picking up. Not really any pieces of Trance that are, like, actually usable from what I've seen. I think I already checked that one earlier. This is so much mana on the ground that I'm not picking up quite yet. We're going to open that chest, not see any pink drops. Head over here. I upgraded everything over here so much more. We're even going to upgrade more. Upgrade the spider. I feel like the spiders... I've really fallen in love with the spider minion. I feel like it is so much more powerful than I think I talked about this in a previous episode. I feel like I treated the spider minions as an afterthought. Like, oh, if I have leftover mana, I guess I'll build spiders with the archers, but I feel like I should actually, they're like so good. I feel like I should always be leaving enough mana, or always, sorry, minion units. I should always leave enough units for the spiders and build less archers if needed to have those spiders, because just things getting webbed. Web is just such a powerful... There's a reason why you hate getting webbed as a player, because it's so good, right? The way it lowers your damage, the way it lowers your speed, the speed lowering is so significant as well. Webbing is ridiculous. It's super, 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 super good. I'm going to put some upgrades into these guys over here, but I think I'm ready, fellas. I think it's time to jump into the final wave. Or no, sorry, we have 2 more. I'm sorry. We have 2 more waves. We have 24. So, I'll see you guys at wave 25. There it is, boys. Wave 24 defeated. We are heading into the final wave. God, I love that text. We also have upgrades on, like, every single character. So bear with me here as I dump it into everything. I'm going to just put this one into... I kind of want to upgrade... Part of me wants to do, like, lightning stance or siphon stance. Lightning stance is cool, but there's also a massive problem of it not being able to hit every character very well. Tornado stance, I feel like, is one that I use a ton. I've been told I could keep putting into Hawk stance. Hawk stance is what I've been doing a ton recently because I've been told it's like the main benefit of Barbarian at late game. So I'm going to plan around late game to some extent, but as you can see, my Squire, womp womp, no level ups there. My Series EV, we do have level ups, of course. I'm going to put it into base damage being over 4K right now, which is awesome. We're going to finish up there. And then my Hermit has at least a level up to level 78. Yup. I think as well, we either want to do defense health or defense base damage, just increasing effectiveness. Look at the difference of stats, by the way. My Hermit at a measly, just barely under 500 base damage, whereas my Series EV is at 4K. That is the difference of what seems like a few levels, you know, level 78 to 93. But man, does it end up being a massive difference. It ends up being the world's difference, the gear difference. I know most of your stats, so many more of your stats come from gear than actual character level, but just as a general guideline, here is also, I think, 2 pieces of Transcendent as well. Kind of crazy to see, neither of which I believe are worth taking. This is, I mean, pretty interesting. I don't know what that would be in terms of tower stats. That's, like, arguably worth storing. I kind of might store that for now. That might just get, you know, deleted very soon, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. We're gonna go ahead, I don't know why I channeled my inner Canadian there, but sorry, sure. We're gonna grab these 2 other chests and then jump into the final wave, the finale. I've said it once, I'll say it again. You don't get to experience something like this in Dungeon Defenders over again. You really only get it once. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into my first time ever, and my only time, defeating the summit on Nightmare difficulty, survival, mix mode. I mean, mostly just Nightmare, survival, summit. We're going to defeat it for the first time together, fellas. All the way to wave 25. An achievement thought impossible when I started playing this game over 11 years ago or so. I guess 13 years ago at this point. Something crazy math. Yeah, I think 13 years. I started playing in 2011. It is now 2024. I've been playing this game longer than some, teenagers have been. Some people have been alive playing games. It's an amazing game. It's a once-in-a-lifetime game. It's irreplaceable. I've never found something even close to Dungeon Defenders in terms of complexity, design, beauty, and just all the strategic elements. There's only one Dungeon Defenders, fellas. So let's achieve this together. Wave 25 out of 25. Let's defeat the summit. These waves were honestly so fast. It's crazy how quickly these minions have just been running to their own deaths. It's a little brutal, but only around 70 minions less. By the time I say that, 50 minions around or what's left. 7 pieces of Transcendence on the ground. 123 mythicals, 1 godly for some reason. Sure, why not? About 10 minions left. 26 million total XP gained. Probably billions of mana achieved. 500 million per wave. Here it is. The final, I think, ogre being slain. There it is, boys. Wave complete. Map complete. Survival done. Giraffe on a treadmill awarded. Level victory. This leaves us with one more map. Just one more to be able to get Transcendent Survivalist. When I wanted to start achieving this, I knew it would take me about a year or so, and I think it's taken me that long to slowly work on this step by step. It's really not that long of a grind in terms of like pure hours. I mean, it's not a short grind. It's probably around 40 to 60 hours or so just to play the maps. But what really comes to is actually acquiring the ability to complete these maps. I know they may seem easy now, but that's because I worked so hard on things like Dread Dungeon and grinding XP and getting gear and doing all these things that took hundreds of hours to finally be able to be put into the powerful situation to take on these maps. It's been a journey. It's been a blast. I don't think I'm going to pick any of these pieces of gear up. I'm just going to go ahead and ride off into the moonlight. Let's head back to the tavern and see how much mana we have in our total mana pool. I'm sure it's going to be something pretty juicy. 57 billion. I don't know what I started with, honestly, but almost 58 billion. I will happily take it. Thank you guys for joining me in another episode 175 of Dungeon Defenders. It's an insane number. Doing it every other day. I mean, I'm pushing over that 300 days or so of doing it consistently. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the series. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. Like it if you did. Dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe for more videos like this one every 3 days at the moment. Hopefully I can get back to a more consistent schedule at some point, or just we'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. Just thank you all so much. Have a great day. I will see y'all later. Peace, Reno. Yo, thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video, and a huge shout out to everybody listed here who goes above and beyond, supports the Patreon, and allows me to focus more on Dungeon Defenders content. Thanks again. Have a great day.